What is going on, Guardians, and welcome back to another Destiny gameplay video. We're going to hit the ground running here. This video I'm going to talk about my thoughts on the Trials of Osiris and whether or not I think this is a net improvement or a setback. With the latest patch, having played this first weekend here on Black Shield, I recently did a poll on Twitter, and by recently I mean like an hour ago. So just to get a little bit of feedback before going into the commentary here, and I polled the folks in the community, and in just under an hour, I got over 700 responses. Basically, the gist is that 65% of the people who responded to the poll thought that this was either a setback, it was either a step backwards for Trials, or it was, at the very least, just the same crap, basically. So, that leaves roughly 35% that said that it was either a step forward, it was either an improvement, or it was basically just about the same good stuff. So honestly, that's a little disheartening to see those numbers. I would like to see a much more sizable, favorable response to the patch is basically what I'm getting at. That's what we would like to see. So this is a little bit concerning after the first weekend. I don't think that the map did any favors for Trials. Black Shield plays so passively. This is the thing. Black Shield is one of those maps that exaggerates, it makes it even more pronounced, the bad parts about the Trials of Osiris. That's the thing that sucks, because it tends to play so passively that it slows down the pace of the game, it drags out cards, and ultimately it makes it so that matches are often decided more by ability farming than they are by actual gun skill. That's the thing that sucks. And so for me, I'm going to level with you guys in this video. I'm going to give you my 100% honest opinion about the current state of the Trials of Osiris post-patch. Now, I think that there are some positives here. And, one of the things, unfortunately, the positives they don't outweigh the negatives to me. That's just a preview of what we're going to get to here. I don't think the positives outweigh the negatives. But there are some positives worth mentioning. First and foremost, in the previous weeks, we've seen about a 1-to-1 kill ratio in terms of primary weapon kills to special weapon kills. About a 1-to-1. So, actually, the specials have been just ever so slightly, just a few kills more than primary. So it's more special than primary, but it's pretty much a 1-to-1 ratio. Now, this week, we saw a 2-to-1 ratio in primary to special weapon kills. Just about. I mean, I'm rounding here, but is basically a 2-to-1 ratio in primary weapon kills to special weapon kills. So, people saying that all they saw was sidearm spam, I mean, there was some of that. Absolutely, there was plenty of that. But it may make you feel a little bit better to know that there were twice as many primary kills as there were special weapon kills. Oh, but all those primary kills were no land. Some of them were, yes. No land, kind of came up in terms of its overall usage, but so did all the other primaries. I mean, primaries skyrocketed here. Yes, No Land was one of them, but other primaries rose to the surface. It was exciting and fresh to see a little bit of variation in terms of the primary weapons that you're seeing out there. That is the good. I know we might argue it's a forced primary usage, and I would agree with you. I still stand by what I said a little over a week ago when I made a prediction about how Trials was going to be. I said, I think that it's going, my prediction, I said, I think it's going to be a step backwards for the Trials of Osiris, not a net improvement. And honestly, I think I'm standing by that. I think that as much as I like the primary usage, as much as I really enjoyed using my primary weapon, I still think that the bad parts about Trials of Osiris didn't get improved, and in fact, in some ways, they worsened. Here are the things that I dislike about the Trials of Osiris, is that Trials right now tends to be extremely passive and slow-paced, and too reliant on supers. So, because of that, Scories, oh my gosh. I don't know about you guys, but I sat here and I did several cards, back to back to back to back to back. And there was a point at which we had 10 matches straight, 10 straight matches across 2 different cards where opponents were leveraging Scories, camping in the, in some corner of the map together, hard scoping lanes, making it impossible to push in on them. and just farming abilities. And they would not come out until the timer got close enough to cap point, or it said you have 10 seconds left. And then suddenly they would come out guns a-blazing. And by guns a-blazing, I mean their tickle fingers were up, their golden guns were up. They came out with their super abilities. And that's the thing that I think is hurting the Trials of Osiris so much, that I'm still completely baffled and floored that Scories did not get touched, and that your ability to deal with some of those roaming supers was even nerfed in some capacities because you have less special ammo on the table, and you're less encouraged to use the things that can shut those roaming supers down, aka shotguns are really good for shutting down tanky roaming supers. Sniper rifles are good for shutting down tanky roaming supers as well. Unfortunately, we've been discouraged even further from using those things. Some of the things that have the most character in Destiny are special weapons, and we've proven in the past that we can have powerful primary weapons without completely, just catastrophically ruining your special ammo economy. In sixes, I mean, I still think that in like sixes and in skirmish, I really like these changes. I really do. But in the Trials of Osiris, I don't think the special ammo economy works here. I don't think these changes work here. I think it's a net negative, and I was a little bit frustrated by it. I think that the numbers are staggering. I don't think that sidearms are OP, but people are using a ton of them because it's convenient. I mean, people don't want to have to worry about the ammo capacity or the ammo economy when it comes to green. I've spoken to a number of good friends of mine who are frustrated that they've been discouraged from playing the way that they love to play. And I've got to agree with them. I absolutely have to agree with them. I mean, I was able to run hand cannon sniper, not no land sidearm, and have a lot of success, but the pace was so slow if you want to play that way. And that's just exaggerating even further the things about Trials of Osiris that are negatives, and it's making them even worse. So, bottom line, here's what I'm saying. Bottom line, I think this is a step backwards for the Trials of Osiris, and I don't think that we can afford to take any more setbacks as far as the elimination playlist is concerned, and as far as Trials of Osiris is concerned. This was kind of the golden goose, and it skyrocketed player activity, when it first came out. And I think that we need to kind of get back to the bare bones of some faster paced matches. Yeah, I do like that they shortened the time limit for these rounds, but I think that that's just treating a symptom. It's not speaking to the real issue here. We need to encourage more active and dynamic gameplay, because it's never good for a game when you are encouraged to stand in a corner and actually not play and literally sit there and do nothing. Stagnant gameplay is not real gameplay, it's not good gameplay, and it's not healthy for a game or for a gaming community. That's where I'm standing with this, and I hope it didn't sound too ranty, but honestly, I really am a little bit disappointed with the way Trials is playing out right now, if I'm being 100% honest. So I like the changes in sixes, I like them in skirmish, I just don't think they work here in Trials of Osiris, and that's a bit disappointing for me. But I did still have fun. I still had some great streams and great times hanging out with you guys, and even playing with some Lighthouse versions. It was a blast, but I would like to see some positive changes coming to the Trials of Osiris in the near future, not 6 months from now. So let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm very interested, and hopefully I'll catch you in the Crucible, guys.